Did you know that sometimes we actually make a worse choice just to avoid feeling bad later?
Yeah, it sounds strange, doesn't it?
It does. That's the power of what they call anticipated regret.
Mm-hmm.
And today, we're doing a deep dive into regret indecision theory.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at how regret, that really strong emotion, isn't just an after-the-fact thing.
Right.
It actually shapes our decisions before we make them, which kind of flips the script on traditional rational choice.
It really does. What's fascinating, I think, is how decision theory moves beyond just like pure numbers and probabilities.
Yeah.
It starts to quantify something really personal, really human regret, to explain choices that otherwise look, well, irrational.
So the mission today.
Let's try and understand exactly how that fear, that anticipation of future regret, steers us when things are uncertain.
Okay, let's unpack that. We all know what regret feels like after a decision.
Oh, yeah. That sinking feeling.
Exactly. But in decision theory, regret aversion or anticipated regret, that's about how expecting that feeling influences us now.
Right, before you act.
It's like the gap between the outcome of the choice we made and the outcome of the best choice we could have made looking back.
And our brains are apparently doing this math all the time. It's crucial because older models just saw regret as, something felt later.
Just an emotion after the fact.
Exactly. But anticipated regret suggests we're actively running these what-if scenarios beforehand. And it's a powerful negative feeling, so we're driven to minimize the chance of feeling it. It affects how we learn, risk aversion.
And it explains things like status quo bias, sticking with what you know.
Precisely. Or inaction inertia, that feeling of, well, I didn't do anything, so I can't regret acting wrongly, even if not acting was worse.
So this isn't just some recent pop psychology thing. It has a real theoretical basis, right?
Oh, absolutely. This goes back, folks like Graham Loomes, Robert Sugden, David Bell, Peter Fishburne, they were developing this around 1982.
Okay.
Regret theory actually builds a regret term right into the utility function.
Utility function being like your personal happiness score for an outcome.
Sort of, yeah. And this regret term, it knocks down that score if you realize you missed out on a better possible outcome.
So it's like our brain's constantly asking, what if I pick the other thing?
Exactly, that counterfactual thinking and that anticipatory fear, it's almost like a cognitive bias. It pushes us away from fearing failure, commission.
So there's something wrong.
And also from fearing missing out, the fear of omission.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me. The evidence. Researchers have actually found proof of this in experiments.
Oh, definitely. There's strong evidence.
What's a good example?
Well, think about first price auctions, where the highest bidder wins and pays their bid. If the bidders expect to find out afterwards what the winning bid was, even if they lost,
Okay.
they tend to bid higher than they might otherwise.
Why? To avoid feeling like they could have won.
Exactly, to reduce that loser's regret that if I just bid $5 more. Feeling, if you bid $30, the winner bid $35, and you secretly valued it at $50. Ouch, that's $15 of pure regret hitting you.
Wow, okay. And it's not just auctions, right? You see it in simpler choices, too.
For sure. Like the classic lottery example. You get offered a choice.
Right.
Take a guaranteed $40.
Okay, safe bet.
Or flip a coin.
Yeah.
Heads, you get $100. Tails, you get nothing.
Right. Expected value is higher on the coin flip. $50 versus $40.
Correct. But lots of people take the $40. And it's not just risk aversion. It's also minimizing potential regret.
Oh, so?
Because if you take the gamble and that coin lands tails,
Yeah.
you get $0. And you could have had $40 for sure.
That specific knowledge of the missed gain, that's the painful part.
That's the regret you anticipate. Choosing the $40 avoids ever having to face that specific comparison.
Okay, so if avoiding regret is this big driver, how do we use that knowledge to make, better choices under uncertainty?
Well, that leads us to something called the minimax regret approach. Leonard Savage talked about this back in 1951.
Minimax regret. So minimizing the maximum possible regret.
Exactly. It's not about minimizing the worst outcome itself, like traditional minifax.
Right.
It's about minimizing the worst difference between what you got and what you could have gotten in hindsight. Minimizing that painful feeling.
And a key thing here is, you don't need to know the exact probabilities.
That's a huge advantage. Probabilities are often just guesswork in the real world. Minimax regret lets you strategize without them, focusing purely on the potential regret magnitude.
Okay, let's make that concrete, the investor example. Stocks, bonds, money market. Returns depend on interest rates going up, down, or staying flat.
Right. So say you pick the money market. It's safe, guarantees maybe 1% return, let's say.
Okay, low risk.
But what if interest rates fall dramatically? Maybe stocks would have returned 12%.
Oof. So your return is 1, the best possible was 12, your regret is 11.
That's your regret number for that scenario. Now, you calculate the maximum possible regret for each choice, stocks, bonds, money market, across all possible rate scenarios, up, down, static.
Okay.
And then you choose the option where the worst regret number you calculated is the smallest.
So maybe bonds have a scenario with 5 regret, but no scenario worse than that,
Yeah.
while stocks have a 7 regret scenario and money market has that 11 regret scenario.
In that case, minimax regret says choose bonds. Even if bonds don't offer the absolute best possible return in some scenarios, they protect you from the worst feeling of having massively missed out.
So it shifts the goal, not get the highest return, but avoid the biggest screw-up feeling.
Pretty much, yeah. Avoid the maximum potential pain of hindsight.
Okay, so wrapping this up, regret isn't just looking back, sadly. It's this measurable force that we anticipate, and it actively shapes our choices now.
Definitely.
Understanding this, things like regret aversion and minimax regret, it gives us a totally new lens on why we choose what we choose, even our own irrationalities.
Mm-hmm. And I think that leaves a really interesting question for you, the listener. Now that you're aware of how much anticipated regret might be pulling the strings, how might that change how you approach your next big decision? Or even the small ones, where the outcome isn't certain? How might you think differently about the choices you face?
That's a great question to ponder. Powerful stuff indeed. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into emotion, decisions, and the surprising power of regret. Keep thinking about these ideas.